Hi, Aries. This is Just with your November 11th, 2019 weekly reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. Aries, this week, you know, pay them dust, okay? You know what's going on around you. You know that it's a bunch of nonsense and foolery and clownery. It could be in any area of your life, but I'm seeing it. Some of you, it will pick up in the workplace. You'll notice it. You'll see people, with petty arguments and fights and disorganized and not being able to come together and fussing and fighting for whatever reason. And you stand alone. Remember that your last reading was me, myself, and I. So I do see you guys being a lot more aware of what's happening around you, and stay away from people that's you already know they're bad news. No matter how they come back into your life, stay away. We're in Mercury retrograde. You may experience someone coming back in the workplace, trying to be nice, trying to propose something. But if it's blocked, like you're not able to, for some of you, you're not going to be able to accept this offer, whatever it is, it's the best thing, especially if it's like, hey, come with us out to lunch or whatever with like coworkers. And it's like the seedy crowd, stay away from them, because you're going to avoid getting into something that you probably it will be hard for you to get out of down the line. So stay out of the way. You may have gotten an offer with work, business, your own career, your own business, but you have to take a step back. You can't go for it right this second, which will be the best thing for you, because you're going to avoid a pitfall or a problematic situation, once again, that you probably can't get out of. Taking a step back when it comes to career, your own business, I feel like you're regaining some sense of power, and you're removing yourself from situations that are negative. Working really hard, very clear at this time, being more progressive, being more self-focused this week looks really good for you. Could be some delays again with work or getting projects done, but you need to make some decisions before you act on things. Some of you feel like it's time to it's like double-minded, because you're very conscious, you're very cautious, you're very defensive and guarded of yourself, but at the same time you're trying to move forward, even though you may find blocks around you, and you're trying to make very clear decisions. But everything in your life right now is very divine. So you're on the path that you need to be on, and things are being blocked and slowed down for your protection, because you want to jump ahead before it's time to do so. So just keep that in mind, because I do see that you won't be the clearest this particular week, and your efforts may go for naught to some extent, or you may not have the complete drive. And I don't interpret this as not having the drive. What may stop you is feeling like you don't trust it, or you need to defend yourself, or you need to cross your T's and dot your I's. So you may not feel as accomplished this particular week. And as a result, for some of you, may not feel happy about that. But there's a lot of open-ended issues that you need to take aim and focus toward before you can just start a new list. Okay. So before you start that list, that new list, you really need to take care of all of the things that you haven't dealt with that's on your old list, or you never made it to the list. So focus on all the old stuff. With Mercury retrograde, it's the best time to do that. You will find this particular week that it's not that great to interact with certain people on an emotional level. You may feel like you may not be able to really put your finger on it. Someone's attitude may be a little bit either manipulating, or it can fluctuate. Cool one minute, nice but nasty the next, or just nasty. And I feel that people may hold back from communicating, or they can just, be out of control with their communication. And this can definitely take you off of your focus. Don't allow people to do that. You need the Matrix. You need to flow like the Matrix this week, because you will have people emotionally targeting you for whatever reason, to kind of, and not to say that they're doing it purposely, but, this will be a great opportunity for you to use those defensive skills, not as a scary way, but in a way that you your emotions are very stilled, controlled, and you don't allow those people to trip you up, so that your focus is all over the place and you're not able to get the work done. But I do see that being a bit of a challenge. There's something that somebody has to say to you. You need to say something to someone. You need to set the record straight about a situation, especially if there's been some little conflicts or bickering between you and another for some time. Someone needs to kind of say what they need to say. It's like a person can't completely close the door and move forward until something is said here. Especially when it has to do with a new cycle of yours or the other person. I don't feel like you guys, the closer you get to the end of the week, you're not really going to want to talk to this person. For some of you, it could be you, especially if you're a male Aries. You may not be open to talk, communicate, watch out for those liars, because some of you definitely have people that are not being honest with you. The best thing you can do this particular week, Aries, is to focus on yourself. Because when you're really focused on yourself, you're able to see things that's happening around you more clearer. Money. Because some of you may not be putting so much focus on finances and career, you may not be able to at this time, that you may be blocked. You could be offered things, but you're not able to kind of take them. I see that some of you, it's like you're taking care of business. So if you already have money, you make money, obviously that would probably be the same. I'm not necessarily seeing a loss of a job. I do see a delay in offering a position or a start date. That is a delay. So there's going to be further out than what you expected. But if you have your own business, again, there's going to be a difficulty focusing on getting the details taken care of and focusing on the details. So be careful with that, okay? Because you may not come in as, as much, you may not have as much of an increase as you normally would if you put the focus on it. And I get it. Sometimes you just can't put that focus on the way you would like to. Sometimes your finances can take a bit of a hit, especially if you have your own business, a side business, several different streams of income, that sort of thing. And also, like I said, this is a week to be very clear about where you are, what you want, where you're going, and where you stand, because the people around you may not be so clear. There may be one person who is pretty clear. Feminine energy here, I feel they're pretty clear. Well, some of them. You guys are definitely dealing with gossip, so you may be dealing with gossip. Probably not in the workplace, but it could be around family, friends, intimate relationships, that sort of thing. But I do see kind of like gossip, so be careful with that. And I see jealousy. Women who probably look at you and already judge you. That's their problem, not yours. So, like I said, your life is moving at a pace that is not conducive to the people around you. And you're probably becoming more and more clear about that as the year closes out, Aries. You're really starting to understand where you are, where you need to be, where you're going, and how many people need to come with you. So kind of clearing out your closet a little at a time, one step at a time. Now, when it comes to your children, could be a problem. I want to say that, and not of little tiny kids, but probably teenagers or approaching adulthood children could be a bit challenged at this time. You may feel like adults are acting very childish this particular week. And like I said, teenagers, young kids also to some extent could be problematic. Their tone, the way that they talk, that sort of thing could be problematic. And getting people to kind of care and carry their weight may also be a problem. And if that is an issue with you with children or family members, you're losing money just because you're kind of trying to hold other people up. And I know in the past you guys had issues with family as well. So yeah, try your best to just focus on your finances, and you're getting very clear about where you are and who's going to come along with you. Now, when it comes to areas of love, I feel like there's a third party situation here, and it's kind of screaming out to me, guys, but that situation may be coming to an end. Okay. I get very strongly here that the male energy, and this could be for any person, the male energy is no longer in love with the female, for whoever that is for. And it is definitely an unrequited love that's going on here. Some of you could have That's for some of you. Now, others of you, you could have, it may have became very clear to you that this person may have had many options. And not to say you're one of many options, because you do set yourself apart from the others, but you won't placate. So if you notice that someone is a bit of a player, they always have to have many options, they like a lot of attention, you're cutting that off. If you know that someone likes to be a flake, they make promises, you don't hear from them, you're cutting that off. Something that perhaps you wanted to work on, but you're seeing that, the person isn't sharing the seriousness that you're committing to, you're going to cut it off. You're just going to cut it off. I feel like someone could be coming back to communicate. We do have Mercury retrograde, as I said. You don't trust them. It is karmic. It's probably another karmic round of a lesson that you have to go through with this person, especially if you Aries have been calling and asking and praying for the right relationship, or to focus on your business, your career. You really have been wanting to get to a certain level or be with a particular person, quality of person. Yeah, typically sometimes you can have people come back just to test and see if if this is exactly what you want. So there can be a level of karmic revisiting happening here. It could be a karmic revisiting. I don't see this situation working out. If you even have a relationship and this makes sense to you, I feel like the person, their actions, it really doesn't matter what anyone is saying. Your theme today is watch everyone. Like, you have to pay attention to people's actions, not their words. And one thing I like about Aries is that you guys are very, very, very keen. People take for granted that you're an Aries and you're always running around and doing your own thing and you have this never care attitude, but you are very keen. Every sign is in its own house. So you have all of those natural abilities. So you're very keen at what's going on around you. So use that, because it's going to be very clear for you to see what's going on with this person. Their actions are going to prove to you far louder than the words. And I feel that the fact that someone's going to lack communication or not want to communicate, that just equals they don't want to work on this. They're not putting in the work. They're not doing the work. They're not going to do the work. It's kind of like, I'm not going to say it's finito, because if you guys are doing this now, Mercury retrograde, you guys will be back with each other by the time Mercury is direct. But for right now, in this week, I'm seeing that there is going to be, very loudly, you're going to see that this person is not going to put the energy, effort, time, and attention into this particular relationship. And whatever they don't say, their actions are going to scream far louder. And watch out, if you are a single Aries, be very careful that someone isn't already married. Even if they said, well, yeah, we're married, but we're separated, and whatever story they give you, wait. Don't put yourself out there. Just give it time so a person can prove themselves, because, yeah, the jury's not out on this person. The jury has not completed the final verdict on this person, and let time write the story, I would say. Time writes every story. Absolutely. So in the extended, we're going to look deeper into this relationship. I want to back up and say that you will be interested in quite a lot of people. No, you'll have a lot of options. Let's just say that. You may have people that are vying for your attention. But like I said, be careful, particularly if you are an Aries woman. Just take a step back and you'll really be able to see. I feel Aries men are probably going through some emotional turmoil, or the man in your life, if you have one, Aries women, maybe going through a bit of emotional turmoil. It could be any reason, it doesn't necessarily have to be a third parties type of situation, but it could be many things. And in the extended, we'll look a little bit deeper and see what the issues can be, what's happening with this coupled relationship. In the description box below shows all of what we'll dive into. We're also going to look at single Aries as well, not just this week for the singles and couples, but down the line, a couple months out from now. We're going to look further in. So if you're interested in that, click the link to the extended and we'll finish up this love portion. If you would like something personal, you can click the link to my website and set something up for yourself. If you'd like to share, please leave on the comment section below. And if you're new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Aries.